Hello, today it is my pleasure to tell you how Springbok enables teams to visualize muscle quantitatively. Springbok was formed by 3 professors at the University of Virginia with complementary expertise. I'm Craig Meyer. My expertise is in medical imaging. Sylvia Blemker is an expert in muscle biomechanics. And Joe Hart is an expert in sports medicine. Our CTO is Shi Feng. He's an image analyst and also a data analyst. And Dan Podlizny is an engineer who is an expert in muscle analysis. We also have a number of advisors to help with the business side of things. Each athlete is highly valuable. What we want to do is try to help teams to maximize performance, prevent injury, and speed injury rehabilitation. Now that, of course, is the goal of the strength and conditioning coaches, the athletic trainers, and the team physicians. And they have a variety of different ways to do this. They use things such as performance tests, strength testing. And these are valuable tools, but they're all external metrics. And so in some sense, they're imprecise when you want to look at individual muscles. What Springbok does is we provide what we call a myogram, which provides an internal view of the muscle in athletes, a precise internal view. Here's an example of a Springbok myogram. You can see from the front and from the back all of the athlete's muscles and in the lower half of the body. And the muscles that are shown in blue are larger than average. The muscles that are shown in red or orange are smaller than average. And those that are in yellow are about average. And this is all normalized by the size of the athlete. So what can you do with this? Well, one thing you can do is you can look at performance. So here's a set of 5 different basketball players. And this, they've each run a sprint, a 10-meter split. And we've asked a bunch of different athletic trainers. We've shown them these images and said, pick one of these and tell us which one is fastest. And it turns out that they have a wide range of opinions. The answer is that the fastest of these players is on the left and the slowest is on the right. Note that the fastest player has some muscles that are bigger than others, but some that are actually smaller. And that's because you don't necessarily want, if you're going to run fast, to have all your muscles be big. In particular, it's often the case that the calf muscles are smaller than average. So here's a soccer player. This soccer player has injured one of his quad muscles. And you can see that quad muscle is in orange. And then you can see a little bit of scar in the quad muscle. And then you can see that some of the other muscles in the upper leg are blue, and so they're strong. This is all in comparison to normal volunteers, not to elite athletes. If you compare this soccer player to sprinters, however, all of his muscles are either the same size as a sprinter or in many cases smaller than a sprinter. So you can develop a training program, an individualized training program for this player, first of all, to rehab from that injury, to build that muscle back up, but also to build up the muscles that would enable him to run faster. How do we do this? Well, first of all, we get an MRI of the leg, of the entire leg, high resolution, optimized for the kind of contrast we need for the analysis. Then we do the analysis for each of 35 muscles in each leg, and that's a detailed sort of image processing, sort of mostly automated method. Then we can render that individual person, that person's individual leg anatomy in a sort of intuitive visualization. And then we can do advanced muscle analytics. You've already seen one example of muscle analytics. The muscle analytics I've shown you is that you can compare the athlete to different reference groups. You can compare them to different positions in a given sport, or at least different sports, or to see which player jumps the highest. But you can also follow a player over time, and you can see the effects of injury, and you can see the effects of rehabilitation. We've done a lot of studies along that line. And then also you can do a variety of different things. We've done a lot of machine learning analysis of these sorts of muscle profiles. So what do we provide? We provide a subscription-based service. So most of the pro teams either have an MRI scanner or they have access to a scanner. They have a relationship with a hospital or a clinic. We provide the customized protocols for this study. Then they do the scans, upload the data to a secure server. We do all the analysis, provide customized reports. Right now, we're in a beta test period. We're working with one pro team. We're going to work with 2 more pro teams during the beta test period, launch our service in 2018. Meanwhile, we'll be building up our business team and be ready to launch then. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope I've been able to show you how Springbok's technology, the new view of muscle, can enable improved performance and reduction of injuries. Thank you.